Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. Welcome to Hunting for Answers, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Hunter, and today we're highlighting a case from Rock Hill, South Carolina. In May 2001, a young woman visiting home for Mother's Day weekend lost her life in a shooting. She was only 20 years old. A 2019 high school graduate and a young entrepreneur building her own business. On the night of May 10, 2021, she was standing outside of a home when shots rang out. She was fatally wounded by gunfire. Years later, her killing remains unsolved, and her family is still waiting for answers. This is the story of Alexis Massey. Alexis Massey was 20 years old in May of 2021. She was a Rock Hill native and a 2019 graduate of South Point High School. After graduation, she relocated to Spartanburg, South Carolina, where she operated a hair business known as Blessed by Lex. According to relatives who spoke with local media, Alexis was the youngest of 5 children and close with her siblings. Her sister, Trakeisha McMullen, described their final Mother's Day moment to local news, saying, quote, "This is the last memory I have of my sister. She was sitting beside me and I was rubbing her back and saying, 'Girl, you're so beautiful. You're so pretty. I love you.'" May 9th, 2021, Mother's Day. It came and went. The next night would, however, turn tragic. On the night of May 10th, Alexis was on Hagins Street near Westmore Street in Rock Hill. She was outside a residence with others. Shortly before 11:30 p.m., reports from law enforcement and local media confirmed that more than one shot was fired. Alexis was struck by the gunfire. Officers were dispatched to the scene. According to news reports and official statements, Alexis was taken into a nearby home after she was shot. She was then transported to Piedmont Medical Center, where she was later pronounced deceased. Rock Hill police publicly stated that Alexis was considered an innocent bystander. Officials said she was not believed to be connected to the dispute that led to the shooting. Investigators later asked the public for help identifying a black Nissan Versa that may have been in the area at the time of the shooting. Authorities did not publicly detail the vehicle's exact role, but said it could be important to the investigation. As of the most recent reporting, no suspects were publicly identified, and no arrests were announced. 1 year later, in May 2022, Rock Hill police announced the formation of the Alexis Massey Task Force. According to local news coverage and official releases, the task force brought together multiple local, state, and federal agencies. The ATF announced a reward of up to $5,000 for information leading to an arrest and conviction. However, no arrest has followed since the task force formation. In follow-up interviews with local news, Trakeisha McMullen spoke publicly again about the impact of her sister's death. She said, "Our lives have been changed. We're still struggling to this day." In 2024, Rock Hill churches hosted community discussions focused on youth and gun violence, and Alexis's case was referenced in those conversations. Local coverage also documents an awareness vigil at the Sanctuary of Life Outreach Center, where family and community members gathered to honor Alexis and call for justice. Trakeisha told Queen City News, "I know someone out there knows something." At a community vigil, family members wore shirts with messages including "No More Silence" and "Gun Violence." Community leaders also spoke out. Rock Hill City Councilman Derek Lindsay, who represents the area where the shooting occurred, told WCNC Charlotte, quote, "It's hitting home now. You have to get involved because it's on your doorstep." He urged the community to speak up. Key questions remain unanswered. Who fired the shots that night? Who was inside the black Nissan Versa investigators asked the public to help identify? What events led up to the gunfire? And what information could help solve this case now? As of the most recent public reporting, no suspect has been publicly named and no arrest has been announced. Alexis Massey's case remains unsolved. The task force investigation is still described as active in public reporting. If you have any information related to Alexis Massey's case, contact the Alexis Massey Task Force hotline. You can report information anonymously. The contact information is listed in the description below. As we close out this episode, remember that sharing Alexis Massey's story helps keep her name from being forgotten and helps support the ongoing search for answers. For updates on this case and others, follow Hunting for Answers. You can also connect with us through our Facebook group and find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Reach out to us if there's a case or story you believe deserves attention. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.